at despair in the name of hope. After Malin died, something inside me went quiet. Not calm, empty, like a room stripped of furniture and sound all at once. I could still move, still breathe, still think, but it felt mechanical, as if my body had taken over because my mind refused to stay present. I don't remember leaving the chamber that day. I don't remember hands pulling me free or voices calling my name. I only remember waking up already afraid, already running, as though survival had been decided long before I was given a choice. I wish I had died there. The memory doesn't arrive whole. It comes in fragments, sharp and uninvited. Her scream, my name in her mouth, stretched and distorted until it barely sounded human. When I saw her again, she was no longer my sister in any way that mattered. Her teeth were wrong, too sharp, too many, catching the light in a way teeth never should. Her skin looked strained, as if it had been pulled tighter than it was meant to stretch. And her voice sounded like it had been dragged through something dark and violent and brought back incomplete. She was calling for me while the handler held her from behind, his arm locked around her throat with practiced precision. He didn't rush. He didn't struggle. He held her like he had done this before and knew exactly how long she could last. "Let her go," I screamed. My voice cracked before the words fully formed, splintering into something desperate and useless. "Please, don't hurt her. Don't hurt us." I don't know who I was begging, him, the space between us, or whatever still believed mercy was possible. He didn't answer. He didn't even look at me. I didn't think. I moved. The knife left my hand before fear could catch up, spinning once before striking his arm. For a single breath of time, hope flickered, thin, fragile, stupid. Then he turned, almost amused, and struck me hard enough to knock the world sideways. The ground rushed up too fast, and my skull rang as if something inside it had cracked loose. "You should have run," he said calmly, as though he were offering advice instead of a sentence. "Now you will watch." I came to just in time to hear the sound of Malin's neck snapping. It wasn't loud, it wasn't dramatic, just a dull, final sound that settled deep into my chest and stayed there. Something broke loose inside me then. I don't remember standing. I don't remember screaming. I only remember swinging the blade again and again until my arms burned and my vision blurred. He avoided every strike like he already knew where I would aim, like my anger was predictable. When he hit me again, the dark came fast and absolute. When I woke up, I was back here. Alive. Again. I don't know how I survived. I only know that whatever pulled me out didn't do it out of mercy. "Be careful if you go beyond the inner gates." The voice arrived without warning, steady, close, and too calm to feel accidental. It echoed just behind my thoughts, intimate enough to raise the hairs on my arms. I turned slowly, my muscles tense, my breath shallow, searching for a body to attach the sound to. "This place isn't forgiving," the voice continued. "Nothing out there hunts for sport." A figure stepped into view. He had warm brown skin and eyes that carried a quiet awareness, the kind that comes from seeing too much and learning when not to speak. His posture was relaxed, but his attention was sharp, as if he were constantly measuring distance and risk. "My name is Caden Cross," he said. "You're safe here." I didn't answer right away. I studied his face, his hands, the space around him, waiting for something to contradict his words. "You don't have to trust me," he added, like he already knew what I was thinking. "Just don't wander alone." I didn't believe him. But I didn't move away either. Hours later, I found myself following Caden through a place that felt wrong in its normalcy. People laughed, ate, talked in low, comfortable tones, as if death hadn't rearranged my entire existence just hours before. The smell of food hit me suddenly, sharp and overwhelming, and my body reacted before my grief could stop it. Caden tried to make conversation, asked questions meant to pull me back into something resembling a life. "What kind of food do you like?" he asked, like it was the simplest thing in the world. I didn't answer with words. When I spotted the buffet, my body decided for me. Hunger slammed into me, violent and consuming, like I had been hollowed out and only just noticed. I ate like I was trying to fill the space Malin left behind, like if I didn't stop, I might disappear too. Later, as the sun dipped low and the light outside softened into something almost gentle, another man approached, too confident, too curious. "New face," he said, grinning. "Name's Corin." Caden stiffened beside me, subtle but immediate. He never knows when to leave, Caden muttered after Corin walked away, his voice low and edged with irritation. I didn't comment. I was too tired to care who wanted what from me. That night, back in the quarters, I locked the door behind me and stood still, listening. The walls hummed faintly, like the building itself was breathing. I told myself it was exhaustion. I told myself I was safe. The mirror above the sink caught my attention. I didn't recognize the girl staring back at me, not fully. My eyes looked sharper somehow, more alert than fear alone could explain. I leaned closer, searching for something obvious, something broken. There was nothing, no scars, no marks, no proof. That unsettled me more than blood would have. I stepped into the shower and let the water burn. Steam swallowed the room, blurring the edges of everything until the world felt manageable again. I pressed my forehead against the tile and tried to remember what it felt like to exist before Malin died. Before my body learned new rules without my permission. For a moment, the noise in my head softened. Then it happened. A tightening in my chest. Not pain, pressure. Like something inside me had shifted its weight. Heat spread beneath my skin, deep and unfamiliar, and my breath caught sharply in my throat. My fingers dug into the wall as I waited for it to pass. It didn't. When I shut the water off and wrapped myself in a towel, the room felt smaller. Closer, as if it had leaned in while I wasn't looking. Hope crept in quietly, and that's what terrified me most. Because hope didn't feel like relief. It felt like conditioning. Whatever they did to me didn't end when I woke up. And for the first time since Malin died, I understood something with absolute clarity. I wasn't recovering. I was being prepared.